'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hollis-tics. I'm your host, Hollis-tics. And in this episode, it's going to be a little bit different because if you're tuning in, this is an episode that you've never seen before because this is not a replay. But if you're in the chat room chatting, I will not be able to answer you because I've already actually recorded this. But it's live. It's playing live. And the reason I did a pre-recorded episode tonight is because as you watch this, if you are watching this, and I'm sorry I'm not here right now, but if you comment or chat, I will answer you when I see it later. But tonight I decided to go to Rock and Roll Studios because they're having an open mic jam thing, and I'm really itching to get back to doing some music and playing with some people. So you can see it's a little bit of a different setup here. Now, yesterday, I went and recorded some footage outside. I'm going to give you a little tour of the outside. It's so nice. And I decided, since my book is coming out, and we were talking about it all on Friday night, about DREGO and about Love Zombies Land. This is a little bit about the first chapter, about DREGO, about our little more in depth of the Love Zombies Land, the first chapter, but about the villain. And it's not for kids. So it's actually goes deeper into the meaning of Love Zombies book, why I wrote it, and just kind of expanding on what I was talking about Friday. And the reason why I am doing that is because the book was published. It's published, and I'm waiting just to make sure it's approved, and then it will be on Amazon. So I'll probably be talking about it a bunch over the next few episodes because it's exciting. And the song I was playing the last two episodes, I Am Me, I was practicing on the piano, so I'm also going to sing that live for you, but not tonight, but very soon. But that's why I'm at the studio now, because I'm going to practice that along with practicing Barracuda for Aaron and finally getting that recorded. So that's where I am right now as you watch this. But, so that's the big thing is, it's kind of weird to put up a pre-recorded video where I'm not there in the chat room, but you guys could still chat if you're in there. And I won't see it, but I'll see it when I get home. And then Friday, because now you know I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Hollis-tics episodes. Friday I will be here live, and we can talk about it all. So, without further ado, I will play the videos that I recorded yesterday and give you a little, you'll see a little bit of a different setting. It's not me just sitting in front of the computer chair. It's actually me out. And it was such a beautiful day. I went swimming. It was awesome. So, got to make the most of the summer days now because I have sat in front of the computer far, far too long. So, I'm very sore because I was doing hot yoga, trying to get my arms in shape and the rest of my body in shape for the pool weather. But other than that, I'm so glad you guys are here. Enjoy the episode. And again, I'm Hollis-tics. This is Hollis-tics, and I will see you after the video, and I will talk to you for sure on Friday. Enjoy the video. See you soon. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hollis-tics. I'm your host, Hollis-tics. And if you've been watching the show, you can see this is not my usual setup. But for the summer months here, it's so beautiful out. I wanted to take advantage of the warm weather, of the beautiful surroundings. And did you ever notice when you come and sit by water or by nature, the peaceful, you just feel grounded on earth. I talk about that a lot on my show, hot vibes and energy and high vibes. So right now I'm putting my feet on the earth. And I'll do a little pan here. Now the sun just went in a little bit. It's a little cloud there. But something about the sunlight, guys, it's so healing. And if you're lucky, one of those lucky people who live on the West Coast and you get sun, the majority of the time, you probably appreciate it, but us Ohioans and East Coasters know that it's a special time when the sun starts to come out, the plants bloom, the pool's open, if you're lucky enough to have a pool. I never lived anywhere with a pool except my time in LA, but now I'm back where we have a beautiful pool, and it's just freaking awesome. I never would have thought this all existed in Strongsville, Ohio. I guess maybe lots of cities I never knew of have things like this. I guess it depends where you go, but the universe has a funny way of plopping where you're meant to be, I believe. So I decided, why not shoot this episode of Hollis-tics outside? And what I wanted to start with was, I was actually going to read a little excerpt from my book, Love Zombies, and talk about, I'm going to start putting promotions out. Oh, here's the book, and like, I wrote this kid's book, and people are like, oh, it's like another kid's book, who cares? Not who cares, I don't mean like that, but just a kid's book was, okay, there's so many on Amazon, why should I pick that one? But I'm going to kind of get into the depth a little bit more of Love Zombies, and why, after all these years, it really was something I wanted to put out into the world. Just a little contribution to leave behind. Hopefully I'm alive for a long time. I don't mean it like morbidly or not, pessimistically or anything. But, in life, especially for creative people, sometimes we have to get what's inside out. And so I wanted to start and talk about DREGO, our villain. So, like I said, I think it's only appropriate I put on my sunglasses, even though the sun kind of went in, there's a cloud out there. And these are super dirty. So let me do the little trick my dad always used to do. And you're gonna wipe them off. Does that actually work a little bit? These are like really cloudy. Let me try the other one. Okay. Yeah, sun's peeking out. Come on, sun. We like the sun. Gotta get our vitamin D. Open up the pineal glands. I did hear recently, it's like, well, I've heard this a long time ago, that you actually do want to get sun rays, and they invented sunglasses to actually shield you from the stuff you need. I don't know. I wouldn't like glare at the sun, but sometimes I skip the sunglasses. But since we're in Love Zombies mode, and we're talking about our villain, DREGO. And if you're one of those clever people who look more into things, if you break it down, DREGO, really what I wanted to call him was Dr. Ego, because DREGO represents the ego. But it's a kid's book. You can put your own symbolism in there. You can figure out the clues. But DREGO is Dr. Ego. But I put the two words together so it's not so obvious. Again, this is just behind the scenes if you're interested. You can learn a little bit more about the book, or you can just go and read it. And not really, sometimes it's better to put your own meaning to it, not have everyone break down exactly what it means. But since I'm very excited about it, I just figured, hey, why not go into it? There's the sun. Oh, nice. You see how it lightened it all up? It just lightens everything up, the sun, right? I love it. Okay, so maybe I will start, not maybe, I'm going to read you the introduction. And this is on page 1 if you grab the book. Introduction. When it comes to stories, not all stories need a villain, but let's be honest, the really good ones usually have one. According to the dictionary, a villain is a character whose evil actions or motives are crucial to the plot. Think about villains for a moment. Go ahead. Think about them. Chances are images of cruel and cunning characters, like Darth Vader from Star Wars. Ooh, the Joker from Batman. He's a good one. I think he's probably my favorite. Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians come to your mind. Do you have a favorite villain? Why would I like the Joker? I like it even though he does bad things. It's like, what is it called? Not the anomaly, the dichotomy of it. It's like dark, but it's supposed to be happy. The whole thing with clowns is it's a big thing. I don't know if it's been overdone. But here's another question. One you might not have thought about before. Where do the villains come from? I'm not asking about their city, their country, their galaxy, or dimension of origin. And I'm not looking for a list of traits that most villains share. We know what most villains share, right? They're evil, they have bad intentions, they're usually from, I don't know. But my question is, what dark force, what energy, what vicious energy could spawn such madness, horror, chaos, and terror? What makes villains, like even in humans in life, What makes some good and some bad? I mean, I know it's just not that black and white, good or bad people, because good people do things that other people might think bad. But I'm talking like obvious things. Like what makes some person not murder people and then other people murder people? I mean, what makes it? And what is that energy? What is that thing, either inside, outside? What is it that makes people turn bad? Or are they naturally born bad? I don't know. These are all just questions I think about. But what dark force, what vicious energy could spawn such madness, horror, chaos, terror? The answer lies, for this story, the answer lies in an energetic being called Wadamule DREGO. DREGO. His first name is Wadamule, but that's, it's kind of hard to pronounce, so we'll just call him DREGO. So DREGO, as we'll call him, he created Dr. Ego, DREGO, fear. He created the energy of fear. And from all fear, all the other villains emerge. So when you really think about it, dark, fearful energy is what creates darkness. I mean, I'm just talking out loud. And from fear, all the other villains emerge. Since DREGO is a creator of fear itself, is fear real? I mean, fear definitely feels real. I mean, if you're in a situation, I'm terrified, I'm scared, something's coming to rob me, someone has me at gunpoint, there's a great white shark, and I just fell in the water. What is that? That's fear. That's real. But from fear, all the other villains emerge. Since DREGO is a creator of fear itself. But did someone really create fear? Do we create fear in our mind? No, as I just said, it is a real example. Fear is real. Then there's certain fears that we have, like fear around money, fear around projecting the worst case scenario. You're seeing a future that doesn't exist yet. Because if you're in the present moment and you're worried about what could happen tomorrow or what's happening, not right now, but fear from the past incidents, you relive it and live it again. So fear is in our own mind, but it's also a real thing. Especially if you're in a moment. If I'm just standing here and someone walked up with a gun, I'd be scared. They might kill me. They might shoot me. They're going to harm me. That's real. That's fear all of a sudden comes. But fear that we walk around with that we don't even know, like a fear of money, a deep-rooted fear of money, not having enough, a deep-rooted fear of abandonment. I could be worried right now my partner's going to leave me. What am I going to do? Like, I'm going to be alone. There's fear we carry and create. Like, well, where does that come from? Is that in here? Is that something out there? These are the things I explore. The depth of the child's book. But try to make it in a very simple way to kind of read. But without him, without DREGO, there would be no fear and no villains. You can also thank DREGO for giving rise to other unpleasant energies like anger, hatred, sadness, loneliness, jealousy, anxiety, and depression. Let's face it, those are all, as the hippie, new agey community, or those are low vibe, man. We want to be high vibe, positive vibe. But those kind of emotions, anger, rage, that's really a big one. Hatred, huge, sadness, loneliness, jealousy, anxiety, depression. These are all lower vibe feelings. What I mean by lower vibe, when you're depressed, you're not like feeling good. You're not wanting to go and maybe exercise or go and like socialize. That was the word I was looking for. You're not looking to socialize. You're like, depressed. You don't want to get out of bed. It's an energy. It's a lower vibe. Anger. I hate you. I hate you. We're fighting over politics. We're fighting over religion. I'm angry. I'm right. You're wrong. Just that feeling of low vibe. What else? Jealousy. That's a big one we could talk about. That's a very human emotion. But what does jealousy stem from? Really? Oh, I'm jealous. They're prettier than me. They have more money than me. They have the life I deserve. I should have. Like, it's a human thing. But really, if you go down to jealousy, what's fear? They're prettier than me. My husband's gonna leave me. They have more. That guy has more money from me. My wife's gonna go with him. Fear. everything comes back to fear, I think. Again, I'm no psychologist. I'm just talking. This is holistic stuff I talk about. If you're interested, comment below. Let me know what you think. It's just really just looking, so I think it's really interesting as humans. And for me, I've always thought about, but always was like personal growth. You don't want to be a negative, jealous, angry, like, you know, and those are human traits. Not everybody has them, some stronger than other. Even the most not jealous person, occasionally you could get jealous. You know, it's human nature, I think. So anyway, low vibes, anxiety. Anxiety is a big one. I've had anxiety, I think, you know, but anxiety more worrying, like, oh, but again, worrying is about stuff that didn't happen yet. But it's very hard, I think. I think that's why it comes down to practicing it, to try to live in the moment, because that didn't happen yet. You're worrying, and when you worry, you're also focusing on what you don't want to happen. So you're actually giving power to happen. So I don't know, there's all these things, right? You manifest it, you create your own reality. There we go. But yes, a good old DREGO, the one responsible for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years of terror and suffering on Earth. Yet, you've probably never heard his name before right now. Have you ever heard of DREGO? Snaky little bugger. That was my UK influence there. I wrote this when I was in the UK. I started it. Sneaky little bugger, ain't he? Isn't he? Sneaky little bugger, ain't he? It's no accident that DREGO story has been hidden for so long. They don't want you to know. It's the ego is responsible for everything. Ego, me, self, self, self. Edge got out, ego, edge got out. We are not all one. We are me, ego, fear, power, control, separation, greed, envy, blah, blah, blah. Ego, me, I. You get the point. But, so it's no accident that DREGO's story has been hidden for so long. But at this critical moment in Earth's history, it's a critical moment in Earth's history. Is it always, it feels like it might always be, right? 2012 was the end of the world. Now it's the end of the world. Now the second coming and all of Christ and all, it's always the end of the world, right? But here we still are, wondering. But it is a critical moment in Earth's history, according to Love Zombies Land, and his story must be told. So if you're ready to wake up from the nightmare that DREGO and his dark energies have created, and if you're ready to join the quest to heal humanity, or maybe just yourself and the planet with love, then read on. There's no time to waste. Yeah, because do you ever notice what I say? So if you're ready to wake up from the nightmare that DREGO, the nightmare that ego creates, doesn't mean you have to go save the world. Doesn't mean that you can change everyone else. But it's our ego, I feel. Our ego, separation, edge got out from ourselves and divine and everything else that works together, separated from ourselves. That's, we create our own suffering in a lot of ways. Now, again, there's so much in the world that you cannot account for, that you cannot control that's going to happen. You cannot control other people. If someone just came up to me, like I said, use the example, probably get thrown off for talking about a gun and being unalived. But someone just came up to me right now with a gun. I can't really control that. Yeah, I could try to run away. I mean, you know, they always say, be vigilant, watch your surroundings. I mean, if I see someone coming, I'll run. But certain things you just can't control, these things that are done to you. But, so that kind of suffering is man-made. When they say, like, you know, you really can't control others. If you walk in an airport and someone has a bomb, like, and you're standing right next to it, you can't control that. You know, now there's going to be suffering. You know, certain other things you can't control, getting sick. So these are all dark, these are bad things, but I'm not trying to be dark, but I'm just saying, so we can't control that. But our ego and the own suffering we create by our own worry, by our own separation, because I've done it myself. Why do I talk about this stuff? Not that I'm trying to give you advice or self-help. I just talk about it because I want to get out of that and be a better person and live happier. And it's things you just have to work on. That's like self-help and kind of realizing your own mind is your own worst enemy, is it not? I think it really is. You know, oh gosh, the self-sabotage. These are all ego things our mind really tells us. Ego, separation. So, like I said, if you're ready to wake up from the nightmare that DREGO and his dark energies have created, and if you're ready to join the quest to heal humanity and the planet with love, then read on. Because what really can heal your own messed upness or your own self-loathing talk or self-sabotage or worry? Self-love. Sounds cliche. Oh, just love yourself. You just gotta love yourself. But it's not as easy as you would think so. You know, you treat animals, hopefully, treat animals better than people. You treat a little kid, you give them love. Like, you would never say the things that you said to a little kid, or that you said to yourself. Like, oh, you look in the mirror, I suck, I'm never gonna make it, I look horrible. Like, would you say that to a little kid? Would you say that to your pet? I mean, my thing's falling. I mean, you know, a pet is not, but you get the point, you know? So we're very mean to ourselves sometimes. And that's where I think it all stems from. Like the things that our potential and all that. It's not because we're not capable or worthy of it. It's because we hold ourselves back. And that's our ego. So, I'm going to go on. I mean, there's no plan. It's just kind of winging it. But I'm going to go on, at least try to get through the first chapter. The cool thing about these books is there's only 3 or 4 pages in each chapter and a picture, but they're a little bit longer pages.
You're watching Hollis-tics, hosted by Hollis Mahady. Be sure to visit hollismahady.com and join our email list to stay updated on upcoming shows, special events, new music, books, podcasts, and creative projects. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded people who value authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, music, art, and personal growth, join us at buymeacoffee.com/hollismahady. Together, we're building a growing community focused on preserving what matters most. Real people, real conversations, and genuine connection.
So here we go, guys. Ready? I'm excited to read this. I hope you're interested. If not, it's okay, because I am. Chapter 1, DREGO's Plan. Once upon a time, thousands of years ago, there was a being named Watermule DREGO. We'll call him DREGO for short. DREGO was tall and thin with a long nose and wild black curls, usually tucked beneath a towering black velour top hat. He always dressed in black because he despised color. His favorite outfit was a pair of black overalls, black gloves, and a black turtleneck paired with black shiny boots. He was rarely seen without his purple goggles and wore a sly grin that usually meant he was planning something nobody else was going to like. On occasion, he also carried a small black cane, which he used for walking or poking things he didn't like. He had a cane, he would just poke things. At night, he wore a black nightgown and a black matching stocking cap to bed. Although DREGO disliked most things, he's very vain, DREGO. He absolutely loved his wild black curls. He spent so much time fussing over them that some people suspected he cared more about his hair than his evil plans. There goes the sun. Okay, I got cut off because I got a phone call and it ended my recording. So where were we? We were talking about DREGO's curls. He's very vain, but he loves his wild black curls. He spent so much time fussing over them that people suspected he cared more about his hair than his evil plans. Since I know a little bit about DREGO, no, his evil plans were number one. But you know, he really is vain. So unfortunately, his curls were one of the very few things he loved, that DREGO loved. He wasn't nice. DREGO was not nice. He wasn't pleasant. He wasn't delightful, good, enjoyable. He wasn't marvelous. He wasn't lovely. In fact, he was none of these things. Not one. If being nice was a recipe, DREGO wouldn't even have the basic ingredients. He was the exact opposite. Naturally, DREGO didn't have any friends. Well, this might seem sad, and I feel sorry for people who don't have any friends, because I know what it's like to be lonely and you're looking to belong. But even for the bleeding hearts who feel sorry for people, it was hard to feel sorry for him because he was so mean. He hated happiness. DREGO hated happiness. If he saw anyone laughing or smiling, having a good time, singing, having fun, he'd quickly find a way to ruin it. He would sneak up behind them and give them a giant wedgie. Or he would dump hot candle wax on their heads to tangle up their hair. Could you imagine women getting that in your hair? Candle wax? I mean,
You could have the greatest conditioner. That's going to take a while to get out. He would do mean things like that. What he despised even more than laughing, though, was hugging. He hated it because that was, human connection. He loathed hugging. I'm embellishing and adding my own little spin on this. But he loathed hugging. He despised kissing. And he absolutely detested love. It repulsed him to the core. He hated it. DREGO grew up on a place called Doggone Island, home to creatures resembling Earth's reptiles, snakes, lizards, alligators, and crocodiles. The Doggones, however, were unique. Their scales were dark purple and gray rather than green or brown. Based off Earth's reptiles, because they're known to be, maybe not everybody thinks they're scary. If an alligator popped right out of there right now, I would run for the hills, They're brown, snake, like a boa constrictor, crocodile. Reptiles, you think, run. And then, the snake is obviously also has lots of symbolism. Snakes aren't really known to be good, right? When you say people are snaky or, snakes are, when are they going to strike? They could just be sitting there and they bite you with poison. So there's symbolism there. Earth's reptiles, snakes, lizards, alligators, and crocodiles. The Doggones were unique. Like I said, they were dark and purple and gray more than the green or brown. And they were not the most beautiful creatures, obviously. So while not the most beautiful creatures, the Doggones were peaceful beings, though, who loved, respected one another and their planet. They communicated telepathically and lived in harmony. So they didn't speak. You never heard them speak, but they didn't have to speak because they live on a universe that's not Earth. They can do lots of different things that we here, our vibration does not allow unless you can tap into certain things. Not everyone believes that. But that's the magic. Can you create your own magic on Earth? Are these things possible? When people meditate, they have transcendental experiences, they have out-of-body experiences, they talk to people on the psychic experiences. Earth's a different playing game, so we'll stick with one topic here, all right? Back to DREGO. So, despite their fearsome appearance, complete with sharp teeth, powerful jaws, and venom, they rarely use the traits. They earned admiration across solar systems as protectors of peace. If any evil arose, the Doggones were the first people. Not people. The Doggones were the first to be called for help. They're not people. See, so they have these very strong abilities. They're very fearsome, but they don't use them. They don't use it to hurt others. They use it to protect others. They use their strength. They use their special powers to protect people. So if there was a problem in the solar system, everyone would call the Doggones first. So DREGO, he wasn't a Doggone himself. He had been abandoned on the island as a child by his mother, who couldn't handle his bad behavior. She hoped that the wise and strong Doggones would teach him discipline and turn him into a better being. But her plan backfired. Unfortunately, living among the Doggones only fueled DREGO's hunger for power. Again, maybe, I'm thinking of really writing maybe a book just about DREGO and his backstory and how he became the way he is. What fuels that need for power? Again, does that come from? You have to be better than people. You have to have power over them. Where does that come from? All these things we're going to get into. But her plan backfired, and it only fueled his hunger for power. He became obsessed with their reputation and strength, dreaming of ruling the island and eventually the entire universe. This is like a interactive thing. We could ask ourselves right now, do you ever dream of having power? Having more power, having control? Maybe not even in a bad way. Like, for instance, I would love to run a business, not have power over people, but have my business and have other people help me and I run it and I could tell them I need this, this, and this. That's running a business. That's a human example. Is it power for a bad reason? Like, I want to control it. I always thought if I had a lot of power to own my own business, I would treat my employees like gold. Like, not even treat them like employees, like friends, like, okay, we're working for this cause. Like the love zombies, Maybe you have all these books across. How do we get them all out? Okay, can you call everywhere and put them out? And you do that, like, Is that a mean kind of power? Like, I want power over people? No, but there are people. I mean, obviously, look at the world we live in. It's all about control and power, keeping others down so you feel better. But what fuels that? Like, why is that a human trait? Like, the quest for power. How do I freaking, rule you? Or how do I feel better than you because I'm powerful? I have more money, right? I think that all comes back to separation. We're going to get into it. Separation really from, it's not me to we. Or it is me to we, but on this planet, it's a lot of me, me, me. So when it's me, 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 it's my power, my thing. The whole book, when we get into it, it's about going from me to we. You're going to meet the love zombies. But again, this is just really just diving into the first chapter. And I feel like, why not? If anyone's interested, I know I am. Okay, so we're going to move on. So, greedy and power hungry, he plotted to become king of Doggone Island and beyond. If DREGO could rename the solar system after himself, he would. He was vain, like I said. But how, you might wonder, did DREGO manage to control the mighty Doggones? When you look at the pictures of DREGO, and I'm going to show it in a minute here, but it's good to have your own imagination. What do you see in your mind? It's a picture book, and that's part of why, you don't want to put too many pictures, because the power of books also with no pictures is you see the vision in your head of what you see of him. Now, I have a picture of him in here because, it's a kid's book and I wanted to have some illustrations. Sometimes I think it's better without even pictures because you could picture who he is. But how, you might wonder, did DREGO manage to control the mighty Doggones? Because these are powerful freaking, you put a human up, no matter how strong a man might be. And I know there's men who wrestle alligators and all that. But most likely, still, you put a boa constrictor, a poisonous snake on a guy. It doesn't matter how muscular they are, how many steroids they take, how much testosterone they have. They're not going to win against an alligator ultimately, or a venomous snake. I keep saying boa constrictor because they crush you, but are boa constrictors poisonous if they bite you? What's another? A rattlesnake? Ooh. Snakes! What are other really poisonous ones? The cottonmouth one, they could come out of the water. I mean, I think we're safe here. I think that's more in Florida. I remember my dad would be on the golf course in Myrtle Beach or Florida. He would say, be careful if your ball goes into the water, never ever try to get it out because there's snakes in there, and I think they're the cottonmouth or something like that. Hammerhead. Anyway, we're off into snakes. I just think they're so creepy. But snakes are part of Mother Earth too. We're all energy. But, so anyway, you might wonder, how did this human, he's not a human. He's a being. I kind of say human by mistake because no one is human here except the humans on Earth, but they're not in this story yet. But the answer lies in something he invented in his laboratory called black magic energies. And because DREGO hated feelings like love, happiness, and excitement, he discovered how to harness their opposite, hate, sadness, anger, and fear. So by focusing intently with his power of his mind on these emotions, he could release them from his body like lightning bolts and trap them in bottles. After perfecting this process, he created thousands of bottled dark energies and stored them in a warehouse on Doggone Island. And DREGO planned to unleash these dark energies on the Doggones, turning them against each other. Because he said they were peaceful. It was kind of sad. They're just peaceful beings up there. They're really, like I said, they're the protectors of peace. They don't really want to be bothered, but they're going to come to the rescue if you need them, But this is his plan ultimately for control. He knew that if they were busy fighting with each other, their power would weaken. Sound familiar? They'd forget their strength, their unity, and even the concept of love. Once divided, they wouldn't notice him seizing control. Why? They're divided now. They're fighting, throwing things at each other. And here comes this weeny little Doggone DREGO. This weeny little DREGO, he rules it all. Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis-Mahady and check it out. One fateful day, DREGO decided to put his plan into action. Loading hundreds of bottles into a dirt-filled wheelbarrow, he made his way to the island's tip, where the strongest Doggones, Teddy and Sophia, sunbathed. Hidden behind a boulder, he uncapped the bottles one by one, releasing clouds of fear, anger, sadness, jealousy, anxiety, and hate into the air. You got to get the book, but I don't know if you can really see the picture, but he's in there. Then, DREGO slipped on his special glasses, allowing him to see the swirling dark energies that were invisible to others. See what I talk about a lot, right? People say they just feel energy, can't really see it, right? I mean, I'm on Earth, so my special sunglasses, I don't see dark or light energies. But energy is a feeling. It's not something you see, it's a feeling. Something you could create. You could create dark energy, you could create happy energies, black magic energies, white magic energies, all this stuff, magic, blah. But when he puts on his sunglasses, he could see them. Take them off, he can't see them. So he slipped on his special glasses, allowing him to see the swirling dark energies that were invisible to others. He grinned as the energies began to surround Teddy and Sophia. Within moments, Sophia hissed angrily at Teddy, breaking the Doggone's peaceful silence. "What are you staring at?" Teddy glared back. "Not much. Have you ever looked in the mirror, Sophia? You're hideous." So sad. First words they've ever spoken to each other, and that's what they were, because of these swirling dark energies. Sophia was furious. She burst into tears. Sad vibes, bad vibes, and hurled her bottle of suntan lotion at Teddy. DREGO chuckled, watching as the dark energies latched onto them. Soon, the entire island was consumed. Normally, DREGO stayed out of the Doggone's way, but now they were so distracted by their anger and sadness, they barely noticed them. See, guys? They're busy. They're fighting. Throwing things at each other, like I said. So easy now to divide them. Now he could conquer them easily. He's this, like I said, he's this weenie little guy. He's kind of tall. He's not like really small, but he's this weenie guy. But here he is, patrolling everything. Why? Now you know why. And so he strolled through the chaos. They're all fighting. He approached a crying Doggone. He saw a little Doggone crying. In a rare moment of strategic disgust, because he doesn't want to give people like hugs or anything, he picked it up and he gave it a hug, murmuring, there, don't cry." To his dismay, the Doggone calmed down. He crawled onto his head and perched there like a little crown. This unexpected moment revealed something terrifying to DREGO. Love could undo his plan. Love was the antidote to the dark energies. If the Doggones rediscovered love, his control would shatter. To ensure this never happened, DREGO vowed to keep them divided, feeding their anger and hate. Divide and conquer became his mantra. With Doggone Island firmly under his control, DREGO set his sights on his next target. Anybody know what that might be? Take a guess. His next target is planet Earth. DREGO knew the humans would be the most challenging species to conquer. Humans, full of love and light, irritated DREGO more than any other species. Their natural radiance was so blinding that looking at Earth gave him migraines. He even wore special anti-Earth sunglasses to shield himself from their unbearable brightness. Their capacity for unconditional love and resilience was a tough barrier to his sinister goals. See? At one point, everybody knew this, right? Everybody could tap into the magic the magic of humanness, their own powers, special things. We can go deep into this, but just for the sake of the story, surface. He hated Earth because it was very bright and giving him headaches, but he had confidence that his dark energies could corrupt the mighty Doggons. If it could corrupt freaking huge, like alligators, lizards, these really powerful jaws and venom and all that, surely they could darken and control the humans on Earth. Since he had his sights set on humans on Earth, he decided he would need an extra layer of protection, a weapon to ensure his victory. So something else outside of the dark energies. Back in his laboratory, where he bottled negative emotions by the thousands to unleash on Earth, DREGO crafted his most wretched creation yet: amnesia energy fumes. These potent fumes were designed to cause permanent, partial, or total memory loss, making humans forget their mission of embodying love, light, peace, and unity. Instead, they would fall into a state of division, forgetting that they were all one big family of brothers, sisters, and equals. You hear that all the time, right? We're all one. We're all, hey brother, hey sister. But yet we maybe don't feel like that all the time. No, well, you're not really my brother. That's my brother. Or I already have a sister. Why are you calling me sister? My sister's there. Like she came from my same mom. We're sisters. You're not my sister. You know, but they hear brother, mom, like we're all one. Not everyone believes that. And I think that causes a lot of problems. That's my opinion, that it's like, ooh, very tribal. It's like, this is my thing. This is my thing, my thing, my thing. And that causes a lot of problems. But we're going to get into that. I don't need to explain that. The Love Zombies, they live by example on Love Zombies land. We're going to get into it. This can be for the next video. This one's just a little bit about DREGO, a lot about DREGO. But we're getting to the end here. And I'll show you the picture. We're on the last page here. So, with the amnesia fumes woven into his arsenal, DREGO planned to saturate Earth's atmosphere with a thick haze of forgetfulness, ensuring humanity remained distracted, divided, and kept in despair. The fumes, combined with dark energies, would plunge the planet into a permanent fog, a world where fear overshadowed love and chaos reigned supreme. I don't know, this is just a theoretical, hypothetical question. Not hypothetical, I don't know if that's the right word. What's the one where you don't expect an answer back, but whatever. When you think of the world, state of Earth right now, would you say it's more overshadowed by love and light or chaos? Again, it depends on where you're at. Maybe, because it's how you see the world, right? Your perspective. I think this Earth is beautiful. Just sitting out here looking at, literally, I'm in the planetarium. We're in Earth. It's freaking cool. It's so cool. And it's a good example of being outside because you can't really see. Let me do that. What I'm looking at. There's Earth. Hopefully the freaking camera doesn't fall. Like I was in the astronomical, the show I saw the other night. I keep forgetting the name. At the planetarium. But literally, I'm sitting on Earth right now. It's so weird. But to me, it's something made by God. It's something made by the universe. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like the freaking lake right here, this little pond, and little geese go by in their little flock, and it's so cute. They're crossing, and a bridge, and grass is growing, and trees, and nature, and everything. It's something created that is beautiful. So it's our experience of it in the moment. Now, if I was sitting in another country that wasn't like this and there was bombs going off, and my perspective would not be that Earth is beautiful. It is chaos and terror. So, I don't know. Again, no answers. I'm just talking. But, so, back to the book. There was one glaring obstacle, Earth itself. To execute his scheme, DREGO needed to physically cross into the Earth plane. A task that was far trickier than he anticipated. The solar system was vast, and the Stargate, the only portal granting access to Earth, was extremely hard to find. It's a big universe out there. There was only one being in the entire universe who knew every cosmic secret, every hidden pathway, and most importantly, the location of the Stargate. All right, here you're going to meet another character. That was Marvin Lintwig, the esteemed head of the Cosmic Council. Marvin was a highly intelligent and incorruptible entity, known for his loyalty to universal harmony. But DREGO was determined to outwit him. Armed with his knack for deception and fake charm, DREGO plotted to befriend Marvin Lintwig. He would play the long game, faking friendship and shared ideals, all while secretly probing Marvin for the information he needed. See? He's a perfect example of someone just trying to get something out of you and not there for the right reasons or with right intentions. But he knew if he could gain Marvin's trust, the Stargate and the Earth would soon be within his grasp. DREGO's laughter echoed throughout his laboratory as he bottled the last of the amnesia fumes. The thought of humans stumbling around in confusion, unable to remember their purpose in life, love, harmony, and light, brought DREGO twisted glee. The pieces were falling into place. All he needed now was to outsmart Marvin and find the Stargate. Little did Marvin or the universe know that the greatest cosmic con was already underway. And that's the end of chapter 1. And that's DREGO with his amnesia fumes there, right? It's pretty creepy. All right. So yeah, that's just chapter 1. And then in chapter 2, we're going to meet the love zombies and how they play a role into being the opposite of the DREGO, of the ego, of the self, of the me, me, me. They're more about we, we. But that will be another episode. So, yeah. This was nice to do this outside. Alright, guys, I have this little different setup of Hollis-tics here. I am doing just a little tour. I'm going to go over to the pool now. I'm walking over to the pool area.
Doggone island, there's a man in black, pacing by the pier with a crooked little laugh. DREGO pokes the shadows when the moon comes through. If he doesn't like a thing, that's what he'll do. He kicks at the flowers, he sniffs at the sun. He wants every happy thing to come undone. No hugs, no kisses, no warm little cheer, just a cold little grin when DREGO appears. He says, make it messy. He says, break it apart. He likes little crackles in every soft heart. DREGO on Doggone. DREGO on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. DREGO on Doggone. DREGO on Doggone. DREGO on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. DREGO on Doggone. He He sent dark energies through the mangrove trees, made the lighthouse blink in a sickly breeze. Then came amnesia fumes in a purple cloud, made the crab folks stare and forget out loud. He pokes at the cookies, he pokes at the gold, he pokes at the brave, he pokes at the bold. If a smile grows up, he gives it a shove. He's the opposite side of love. He says all the joy should drift away. He loves when the sunshine forgets how to stay. DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. DREGO on Doggone. But the island still hums in the shells and the sand. Tiny, brave giggles keep slipping through his hand. He can cloud up the morning, he can scare the sea, but one little kindness still escapes free. DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone. He hates the happy sound. DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone, DREGO on Doggone. Divide and conquer now. DREGO on Doggone. Boom, boom, boom.
Lolly in love zombies land, pinks bloom under every hand. She wakes up with a mirror grin, gives her own sweetheart a spin. She says, I am you, you are me, love is mine and it runs free. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out, nice and slow. Fluffy love taps at her door, tail like a feather on the floor. And you are me, I am everything you see. Everything is me, everything is me. And lovely, shine so bright, lovely, pink all night. And you are me, I am everything you see. Dino brings his guitar by, strings like sunbeams in the sky. He strums while she sings along, turning quiet into song. Fluffy love curls by her feet, pink hearts dancing down the street. She meditates and hums all day, love zombie magic, yeah, yeah, yeah. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out, nice and slow. Dino plays a general line, and the whole land starts to shine. And you are me, I am everything you see. Everything is me, everything is me. Lovely, shine so bright, lovely, pink all night. I am you are me, I am everything you see. Mirror, mirror, hear her say, self-love starts in me today. Fluffy love, Dino too, all the love comes right on through. She closes her eyes and sings it back. Whole wide world turns pink just like that. I am you are me, I am everything you see. Everything is me, everything is me. Lovely, shine so bright, lovely, pink all night. I am you are me, I am everything you see.
This is so exciting. The book is on Amazon. It's not out just yet, but it's coming out this week on Amazon.com. So you'll be able to get a physical copy just like this that I'm holding on Amazon. It's so exciting. But right now it's available exclusively as the digital download if you're interested at Hollis-tics.com. That's my website, exclusively Hollis-tics.com. You'll find it there in the shop. You'll find a whole landing page all about it where you can watch a video about Lolly the Love Zombie, the Love Zombie's Army, and like I said, in a couple days, this will actually be available if you wanted to actually get a copy of your own book written by me. Very exciting.
The world has forgotten something important, and it's up to Lolly and the Love Zombies Army to help us remember. When the evil DREGO unleashes dark energies and dangerous amnesia fumes across Earth, a colorful band of heroes embark on a cosmic adventure filled with friendship, imagination, and heart. Love Zombies Land, a story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. Available now as a digital download exclusively at Hollis-tics.com. Each copy includes access to bonus content and a special soundtrack through an exclusive QR code inside the book. Join the community at buymeacoffee.com/Hollis-tics and receive a free digital copy as a thank you. And coming soon, the paperback edition, which will be available on Amazon. Join Lolly and the Love Zombies Army on their mission to help the world remember what matters most: love.
I wanted love, I wanted hope, I wanted to be just okay. So I went and played the game.
Amnesia, we're under amnesia. They got us forgotten who we are. It's a spell that we're under, cast from the start. It's time to remember just who you are.
Life is a gift, the game we play. You will never feel real. I'm here and you're gone.
This is a call to all believers. Wondering why you're here and what is this all for?
Did I think of you in Shire?
Burn it down, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down, burn it, burn, 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 burn. And in my finest setting way. Right now, I just wanna get away from this right now. How am I supposed to know?
All I needed was you, got your love and your grace. Think you all my characters in my comedy of errors. Thank you all for joining me in this comedy of errors.
Thank you for watching Hollis-tics, hosted by me, Hollis-tics. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis-tics. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to Hollis-tics.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial.
And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the way they fall apart, and it makes it kind of hard to look up at the lights. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I can finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. When you wish upon a star just to find out it's a plane. And when you think you've come so far, but you're standing still again, and you finally understand. When the lights go out, everything is clear. When the lights go out, I could finally see. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't.